My name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to Disco Elysium. Alright, we've got a lot on our plate for today, so let's immediately start running over to our first objective, which is this map wall over here. Map wall, not map wall, the Shivers wall. The one where we get to feel the wind. That one. Look, I don't know its name at all. It's just... I'm just gonna have to keep guessing until we actually manage to make it there. Whoa, hang on. This area wasn't open before. A makeshift roof. Vagrants have tried to make the boardwalk habitable. This tarp will keep out neither rain, nor snow, nor wind. Oh, come on. Just need 13 more sets. Someone has left an unidentifiable article of clothing, unidentifiable rather, article of clothing on this railing. It smells really bad. Touch it. The cloth, if you can still call it that, makes a soft crunching sound as you thrust your finger into it. Take a closer look. It's streaked with dried seagull shit and tangled with pieces of seaweed. A dangling arm suggests that there might be a jacket beneath the crust of filth. It seems likely this was left in the surf until someone laid it out on this bench to dry it out. Unfortunately, it just seems to have stiffened it into a shapeless mass. Please tell me you're not taking that with you. Why not? It's a guano-encrusted jacket. And you're carrying enough around as it is already. Buzz hum, the electricity flows through the wires with audible power. I want it. Hey, Kim.
Yes?
What if I put the jacket on? Oh, it's an interact. Ooh, interesting. This filthy rag has been at the mercy of the elements for quite some time. It's streaked with seagull shit and abnormally stiff from God knows what natural process. You can't even tell what brand it is. As you hold it in your hands, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound. Man, how this jacket gets so disgusting. Its sordid and filthy tail, not for the weak. Are you sure you can stomach it? Some secrets are better left uncovered. Don't even try. Seriously. Think about it. It occurs to you that you're not even holding the jacket itself, but rather the thick crust of jetsam and seagull shit that ensconces it. It smells like a dead sea creature, tangled in grey strands of seaweed. It must have spent quite some time in the water before the tide deposited it ashore. Okay, but what's the crust made of? Somehow, it was carried or dragged to the boardwalk. If not by human hands, then perhaps the feral dogs that prowl the beaches at night. The faint impressions of many footprints are also present, though it's impossible to tell what kind or how many. Suffice to say, the jacket spent some time on the ground before someone draped it over the railing. What happens once I put it on the railing? Once it was on the railing, rather. The crust is hard. This jacket spent at least a day baking in the sun. Who knows what happened to it then? I'm just gonna pretend I didn't think about any of this. You're too late! You've already thought about it, and now your hands are covered in muck. What if I wipe my hands on my pants? What? No! Then it'll just be on your pants! This is a disaster! You'll never get the smell out. Hey, Kim.
Yes?
Thought Kim was gonna have something immediately to say about that. Alright. As you hold it in your hands, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound. Why did I fondle the shit jacket again? There is no why. Let's just put it away then. Fine. It'll be important later. Somehow. Postcard! Coron in 33. This one has hell written on the back. It could not be further from the truth. It's the boom years, and Coron, the nicest city in the nicest district in Revachol West, is enjoying a sun-drenched day. Tall and handsome buildings rise up from the riverside, steel, iron, and yellow limestone, with cloud shadows rather sliding on the facades. So this one doesn't have anything written on it. This one has hell written on it. This one has I got out, I got out. This one doesn't have anything on it. This one doesn't have anything on it. Okay, I was just seeing whether or not like some code was being spread across all of them. A coin-operated weighing machine. Hasn't been used for a decade. Ooh, Mega Binos prescription lenses? Rad as hell. -1 to perception, but +2 to encyclopedia. Vagrants have recently painted the top red. Water drips from it. Come on. Give me 13. No. A big wine canister. It's open and empty. Moonshine, probably. Smells like tasty fermentation. The smell. It's awful and familiar. What is it? Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungency, that faintly cloying sweetness? Only death smells like that. Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach. Fear. It is death. It must be. Heads up, Lieutenant. Something's not right here. The Lieutenant has already brought a handkerchief to his nose. Careful there. The floorboards look rotten and weak. There's some tare, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin. Examine the tare. 2 empty bottles of Tallulah vodka and a can of black potent porter is all you can find. No, there's some more in here. Livis strawberry liquor, plus some Pilsner bottles too. Better not pick them up though, they seem unhygienic. A tragedy. The lieutenant looks in the can, eye watering from the smell. He shakes his head with genuine sadness, inspects the cigarette package. Whoever tossed it here was a heavy smoker. The brand name reads Red Astra. That's the same smokes that we found in the camp. Red Astra is a black market version of the Astra cigarettes known for their high tar content. Examine the kebab wrapper. You see traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it, as well as a tomato wedge. The wrapper reads Shish Kebab Revachol. It's no older than a day or two. No mold yet. It's hard to concentrate on the smells. Sea air brings some relief. Working class corpse. A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper. The smell is not as bad as a 2-week-old corpse, but definitely getting there. Hold on. The lieutenant squats next to the corpse and examines the face. 2 bulging eyes stare back at him, void of any signs of life. Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is, he's been dead for 2 days, no longer. He stands up and shivers as a gust of wind blows through his bomber jacket. We need to investigate. Another dead body. This is your job. Steel yourself. Calm now. Carefully. Just another day. Just another dead body. Breathe. Study the surroundings. There's some dried blood on the metal bench right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clenched in his fist. Examine the man's head. A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch. This is what killed him. I don't see any other major wounds, do you? It's hard to say. Seems like the head wound was fatal. It's the exact shape of the bench. Step on the floorboards. They screech under your feet, ominously. It's hard to say whether the dead man's weight was what caused the boardwalk to break. It definitely looks fragile. You see waves churning below. Something cracks beneath your feet. He easily could have disappeared into the sea through that hole. You never would have found him. Examine the bottle. A 0.75-liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside. It's mid-market spirits. With a slight touch of menthol, the man meant to enjoy himself. Have a good time. Tare, all around us. He looks at the other 2 bottles forgotten near the coin-operated viewer. Examine the chewing gum wrapper. Robowski, spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall. Look in. The blackness of death. Stench. You think you see white chewing gum too. Confirmed. Nearly the whole pack is there, solidified on the lower rear teeth. He ate a whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of the alcohol before going home. Oh. Oh no. This is the missing husband. Crumbs. The worst thing is... The man shudders from the cold. I've seen it before. Always the same. Almost the same scenario. Even with the chewing gum. It's always the same. Step back. The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take a step back. Study the man's clothes. He's wearing Mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce left on his chest. The leather jacket suits him well. Must be custom made. A cool leather jacket with a bolt of blue? This sounds terribly familiar. Search his pockets. You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded in two. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand. Good. You should take a look at the library card after it's done. Study the man himself. The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is tangling through the hole. Still tangling through the hole. Yeah, I guess. You have to be quite inebriated to fall that bad. 40 grams of pure alcohol, 3 bottles of wine, or 1.5 of spirits? Or maybe it was just dark. Examine his face. His expression is dull like the sea behind him, drops of water shining on his mustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze. Height, 170 to 175 centimeters, curly hair, stark build, age, approximately 50 to 60-year-old. He was confused when he died. Confused and alone, most likely. Overcome with the awful surprise of it all. That's what the chewing gum seems to point to as well. Who is this man?
Looks like one of the locals. You'd have to know the spot to come here. You don't just walk over here.
He looks south the way you came.
But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think?
A dead working class man with a bottle in his hand? Don't deceive yourself. You know who this is. We know who it is. It's the working class woman's missing husband, dead on the boardwalk.
The woman you met at the book stand.
He looks at the bundle of flesh and rags lying on the ground.
Why do you think it's her husband?
The leather jacket. Point at the man's clothes. It matches her description perfectly.
The bright blue lining?
He nods, then points at the ring on the man's left hand.
Well, he was definitely someone's husband.
What do you think happened here?
Death by misadventure? He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd still be alive.
Someone should be held responsible for this for this broken boardwalk. It's dangerous.
They'll seal the place off after the news reaches the coalition officials. I doubt that they have enough resources to actually repair the boardwalk. Not that sealing it off would keep anyone away. All it does is keep the city council's hands clean.
He smiles sourly. What about the kebab?
What about it? The deceased ate some kebab. He shrugs. It's probably from a nearby place, maybe in the box.
Sometimes a kebab is just a kebab. Do you think he was drunk? Point at the bottle.
Oh, yes.
The lieutenant nods. What about alcohol poisoning and liver failure?
Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behavior. But I think the death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure.
Could it be related to the lynching? Ruby?
No, I don't see anything that points in that direction. For now, let's just treat this as a simple, albeit sad, accident, unrelated to the murder case.
Agreed. If this somehow converges later, why not? But keep it simple now. Right. What should we do with him?
From where I stand, we can see two options. We either take the body and follow our leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle.
Hold on, what about a field autopsy?
A field autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death doesn't appear to be criminal. And this looks to be a simple accident to me. I'd say we should just write down head trauma and leave it at that. Let's keep this detour as short as possible. The sooner we get back to finding Ruby, the better.
You're right. I don't see anything criminal here. Let's leave it at that.
Good call. The guys at processing can take care of it.
I want to take the case. I've got time. We found him. We should finish this.
Alright. We should first examine that library card you found. Then we can call the station from Kinema. Let them know we're taking the case.
If nothing else, it's more experience. Folded library card. A library card found in the pocket of a dead man on the Martinet boardwalk. It's still slightly damp to the touch. The cover bears the stamp of the Jamrock Public Library. The library card is folded into two and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library Card. Issued to Billy Mayen. Mayen? Megine? I'm going to say Megine. Expires July 53. Billy is a unisex name. Could be the deceased or a family member. Look inside. Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books inside in blue pencil. Radio thriller. Stand a Little Less Between Me and the Sun. The last one on the list is The Glinting Curve by M. Theobald. We've actually seen that name before. A library stamp indicates the book has been returned. Most of the titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers too. Look at the backside. If lost, please return to the library. Dial 005-02-55211 or meet us at Mayrow Street, 78 Jamrock. Business hours 09 to 18. Goods. He takes a note. We could give them a call from Machinima, see if they can learn anything about Billy Meow. Good idea. There was plenty of information to go by. Put it away. Have a look at the Megabinos. Didn't actually read those before. Megabinos, prescription lenses. Whose idiotic idea was square and beige plastic frames anyway? Beige is a color that doesn't look good on anyone. Not to mention seeing the world through these exceedingly thick lenses feels almost nauseating. There's nothing else here to currently inspect, I don't think. Let's see if there's any Tare for me to get though. Yeah, I can't take that. The coin-operated viewer has been out of order for years. Stop messing with the coin viewer and hold on to something. The wind is so strong. I didn't even mean to discover this place. But hell yeah. Oh, Tare. Tare? For me? I'm gonna check in the bin quickly with this because maybe I can take the Tare from the bin as well. Damn it. I wanted that extra 30 cents I could have had there. Okay. So it seems like the later in the game we get, the equipment we find is much better. So if that holds, then I'm gonna want to try and make sure that I wait until we get equipment that has like +2 to shivers especially would be great. Okay, so yeah, I have to do this while there are other things. Found the empty trap. Interesting. The empty trap gives us a +3 to that? Interesting. All right, let's pop on our shivers kit. Shivers shirt. Shivers scarf. Shivers jacket. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Listen to the wind. I have a 3% chance. I mean, my shivers isn't getting higher than it. I may as well roll it and then later re-roll it if I get the ability to open it again. Yeah, of course. Listen to the wind, but for what? Ruby whistling? The crackle of her bonfire? Some errant whisper or a dog barking? What am I doing here? What are you doing here? A terrible cold comes over you as you think of those words. They echo in your skull. Alien, suddenly. As if said by someone else. Someone outside you, around you, not you. The lieutenant looks as you shiver, worried suddenly. We should go. It gets cold if you stand in one place too long.
Hello, isn't...
Alright. Let's go back and get the filament memory. Should be a pretty easy trip. So we've got so many things back. Whoa, hang on, what's this? We've got so many things back there on the mainland. Ooh, actually, I guess I must have missed out on a bunch of Tare. We've got so many things back there on the mainland to encounter. I'm kind of just lining up a bunch of objectives to be in a like a kind of close proximity with one another and then just going and completing all of them. Kind of like batch completion. It's how I handle most RPGs when you get a bunch of side quests. Oh, hang on. Excuse me. I must inspect all this tare. Thank you. Might be some more tare in the building, actually. Let's just have a little bit of a quick look. We also do now know that someone was holed up here. Just, never mind. We already kind of knew that when we went in there the first time, but we've had someone confirm it in conversation. So there might have been another thing in there that, like, you got a little bit more information about this. Maybe have another look at it. That kind of thing. Let's check this trap again. Just so that I can tell Kim that I don't believe in it. No. Fine. So we have the cryptozoologists to talk to. We have the filament memory to get. We have Playsance's daughter to talk to with extra composure. Actually, there's something over here that rolls on composure as well, doesn't it?
The shine on those sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed.
Eyes that give you electrochemistry is really good. Sports visor is probably not necessary though. But I do want as much content as possible, so I kind of just want to take them all. I also actually now have money to buy these things.
You keep coming back. That's good, officer. Keep browsing those.
All right, I'm gonna quickly take this out of my hands so that I have one more composure.
You keep coming back. That's good, officer. Keep browsing those clothes. Keep saving that economy.
Something cold grazes your hand, synthetic and sleek. A windbreaker. Surf, it says, but also wind, summer, 100% waterproof, and sport, all in different typefaces. Practical, and yet it may deaden your senses to the world around you. Possibly because of the awful typeface. Good choice, officer. Mega sporty. And for you, it's only 450 reals, sir. So the windbreaker is lower shivers for higher composure. Half-light. I've never seen anything increase half-light for us. I've also never seen a half-light roll, I don't think. I'll buy them both. Gotta prepare for the springtime, right? The street vendor scene, please. Take the pants as well. You won't regret it, officer. The street vendor smiles broadly. Kinda want the fawn sneakers. Hand-eye coordination and reaction speed. Yeah, I usually don't have those on sneakers. Super cool! Now the premium lifestyle is yours, officer. Okay, now let me buy the speakers. The junk is yours, officer. The street vendor hands you the speakers. Happy listening. Try not to hurt your ears with that Samaran garbage.
The shine on those sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed.
A good starter pair, officer. And when you're ready to upgrade, come back and see me. I'll take that amphibian sports visor. Sporty and practical, officer. Good choice. Conceptualization. Do I want to increase my conceptualization just to reroll that? Speakers from the People's Republic of Samara. Why'd you even buy these? They're no magic speakers. They're lame speakers. All they'll ever do is produce a faint memory of a song you're trying to listen to. Sell them for cash. Dynamic windbreaker. Surf. The nylon wind cheater, is so dynamic, it wraps around you like a membrane. Equipped with a stowable hood, the backside of the garment is covered in sport and summer-related text. It swishes softly as you walk. Itchy pants. These pants make you angry. Good lord, these pants are uncomfortable. Punch someone in the face. They're striped and calf length, too tight around the thighs, too loose around the waist. The worst case scenario. Put those on too. The Ultra Series farm speakers, sneakers, put lightness and grip above all else. With grip tape covered springboard soles and ultralight synth fabric technology, you can exit every corner with maximum traction on the Gentleman's Racer. Exit every corner with the maximum traction of a Gentleman Racer. Pop those on as well. The shades of self-destruction. These death-tinted shades come with an odd longing for self-destruction. They're ugly. You don't even need a mirror to know this. Describing them as futile. Better get a glass of wine. I'll pop those on as well, obviously. The malformed green frog of the visor seems to keep an eye on your surroundings. A beady, suspicious eye. The lime-tinted cellophane appears to be poorly molded. The imprint says, made in Safra.
Everything's still...
So Sealang doesn't have anything to say to the fact that I'm just wearing all your stuff now. Whoa, hang on. What is this? Footfall within, not human. Only a dog and no more. Okay. I kind of do want to level up my conceptualization in order to try and take this.
The shine on those sunglasses lasts a lifetime.
But also, I don't have particularly high conceptualization, so I may not even be able to succeed. Even if I were to try and do that. Okay. Ooh. Someone actually sitting on the seat this time. Alright, fuck the world and piss.
That ride is fucking lightning. Hey! Look who it is. Shrunken cop head material.
I mean, I do have Half-Light right now. What else do I have that increases Half-Light? I think I might have like one other thing that slightly increases Half-Light, but I never had a reason to do it. No. Oh, it's the fallen gloves. Sure.
That ride is... Hey! Look who it is. Shrunken cop head material.
Hey, I want those jackets. Yeah. No, 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 no. Don't ask anything. Be subtle and scary. These boys dream about being skulls. Use that. Boys, with those jackets, you're gonna be... Wait, hang on. Wait, how? Suggest they're massive skulls. Come on. Boys, with those jackets, you're gonna be the Skull Kings in no time. What? No. He quickly looks around. Skulls don't have kings. He pauses. I think. We're not even in yet. Yeah, man. Keep your voice down. Skulls don't take lightly when folks pretend to be them. We're not even prospects yet. Prospects must be a hierarchical term. Probably in the lower end. Raise your voice. Not even prospects and already aspiring to be king? Wow, you boys are ambitious. Lieutenant's voice rings over the plaza. Only prospects and already planning a coup in the skulls? You're destined to go far. He gets it. Passive-aggressive flattery. Shut the fuck up! The youth, presses through his clenched teeth. There's panic in his eyes. You trying to get us killed? Now bring it to the jackets, and yes, start shouting. Wow, I didn't realize it's that serious. Let's forget about this. I don't think the skulls are that serious. And also, I might end up dissuading them from trying to join. That merged with the kind of like quirkiness of doing this and the fact that I want the equipment as well. Yeah, I'm gonna go with it. Yeah, and we want to be cool killer skulls too, like you guys, but we don't have skull jackets. Please be quiet. Not much is left of the nihilistic rebel at this point. The young man before you was scared out of his mind. What do you want? The jackets? You got it. No need for cruelty. You'd offer us your jackets like that? It'd be impolite to refuse. Reach out your hands. Oh, man. His shoulders slump under the weight of sadness. Okay. He finally gets it. I get it. Skulls don't really wear slogans anyway. This was stupid. Fuck. The other one sighs deeply. They don't look threatening now. So I had asked I had asked Kim earlier which one he wanted. So he does want the pissed one. So sure. Since you said you're more of a pissed kind of guy, I'll take the other one. I am absolutely okay with not having either one. Thank you. Why not? They're a pair. We could really raise hell. Go undercover. Hard. In this case doesn't require us to go undercover.
or resell. In fact, I don't think the jackets will be useful at all. I just wanted them to not have them anymore.
Cold-hearted cop. Still, it's good to know we have a pair in case the need arises.
The need will not arise.
Pity. The jackets were meant to complete each other. If a man was standing alone on a street corner with piss written on his back, it'd take an individual that has taken a... Sorry, it'd just be an individual that's taken a liking to urine. And, fuck the world, all on its own is, frankly, generic. The dark-haired young man stands there, defeated. The wind blows. I don't know, Eric. It's cold out. He finally says to his friend. Yeah. The blonde man replies, let's get out of here. The cops fucked us. Oh, definitely did, and that was extremely an abuse of power. +1 to drama, -1 to authority, and +1 to half-light, -1 to rhetoric. Interesting. Okay. A leather jacket that has recently belonged to a young man who possessed some intimate knowledge of the human condition. It has his nom de guerre written on the background. It's quite a statement. A leather jacket that recently belonged to a hoodlum who understood love for what it really is. It has the hoodlum's nom de guerre written on the back. It's quite the statement. You finally made it, haven't you? People point fingers at you and whisper to each other when you pass by, wondering to themselves, where'd he get such a cool jacket? Did he receive it upon graduating the École Normale? Whoa! Yikes. Graduating the École Normale Supérieure de Badassi? Is he dangerous? Damn right I'm dangerous. Yeah, I'm a danger to myself. What am I doing? This is insane. Oh no, believe me. It will be everyone else who's uncomfortable with it. You're safe. No one dares say a word unless they're like from your station and coming to judge you. Oh, what are the chances of that happening? So now I know what conversation I want to wear this in. Conversation with the other people from our station. I wanted to put on each just in case I had like a prompt for, oh, there's something in your pockets. That's the same reason I put on every other piece of clothing that I immediately got. You know, sure, I'm gonna pop on the fuck the world jacket. That's rad as hell. Hey, Tom of the home. What do you think of my jacket?
Still here.
Okay. Hey, you.
Officer, care to play a game with a lonely old man?
The jolliness is gone from Gaston's face.
Actually, never mind. It wouldn't be the same.
Where is Renee? The prick is gone, he replies, trying to smile. I can barely believe it, but he's really gone. He's trying to retain his jolly facade, but the underlying sadness casts a deep shadow over his wrinkled face. Gone? Gone where? Gaston sighs and mumbles more to himself than you. Hell, most likely. He was an absolute cunt. How did he die exactly? His angry little heart finally gave out. He sighs. The dockwaters found him in the guard boat this morning. Wasn't even supposed to be working 1 hour a week. But he just had to prove how tough he is. Wait, did he push himself to prove he can pull his weight and doesn't need handouts? Guess he was about to head home. Because when the dock workers found him, he was wearing civilian clothes and not a cockatoo uniform I see him in all the time. Sometimes I thought he was just wearing it to piss me off. Gaston smiles a sad smile. Now the joke's on him, because he's gonna be buried without it. That means the uniform could still be in the guard booth. Something to keep in mind if you really plan to give yourself to Revachol. Do you think our conversation about his job pushed him to go out there? No, he replies quickly. René was the most stubborn man in Revachol. Nothing you or I could do would ever push him to do anything. The man was completely immovable. He has doubts, but right now he just wants to move on and not think about it. Was he really that bad? I repeat, he was an absolute cunt. He looks to the crater. Even his old army buddies didn't want him around. He was like an old viper. The only people who could stand to be around him were Ginny and me. He pauses. She saw something in him when we were just kids and... His voice trembles. And she never lost sight of it. And I thought it's the most beautiful thing. A beautiful being in the world can love him. Then there must be something worth holding on to.
Do you love him? We've hated each other for our entire lives, so much that... He falls silent and looks up to you, eyes filling up with tears. Yes. I loved that angry prick. He didn't deserve it, but I did. He wipes his eyes with a sleeve. Do you know what his last words to me were?
Tell me.
In Guillaume's trial, you would have been... In Guillaume's time, you would have been shot without the trial. That's what he said to me.
The old man gathers himself and wipes his eyes again.
He lived a cunt and he died a cunt. Let's leave it at that.
Here. Something to remember your friend by. Give him the photo of Rene and the girl.
Let me see.
Gaston takes the photo, hands trembling.
This was 60 years ago. We all went to that parade. Young Rene looks so happy and Jenny.
Eyes blurry with tears, he has to stop.
I'm sorry, officer.
He dries his eyes.
Thank you. Thank you for this little memorabilia. It really means the world to me.
That was nice.
The lieutenant smiles. A small thing for us, but invaluable to him. He probably didn't even know Rene had the photo.
Old people die, you better get ready to... What? I offer my sincere condolences.
Yes,
The lieutenant nods.
we are both very sorry for your loss. It is what it is, part of life, really.
He mumbles, only half listening to you.
But you get to know for someone for 79 years and then one day they're just gone. I just don't know anymore about anything, really.
He slowly shakes his head, then remembers your presence.
But you need something?
Too bad Rene's gone. I was hoping to ask him about the Maybells. Hold out the flower. The old man stares at the flower, then sighs and says,
Rene wasn't really what you call a botanist, officer. And believe me, he didn't like Insulindian lilies.
Wait, Insulindian lilies?
Mm-hmm.
He nods with he replies with a slight nod.
That's their old name, dating back to the time of kings and crests and all the other stuff he loved so much.
Why didn't he like them?
There were many reasons, but mostly it was the communards. He called them the bells of revolution.
A sad smile passes his face.
I guess in the end, the Insulindian lilies were just another piece of old Insulinde. The royalists had to surrender to the Mazovian insurgents. It doesn't really matter anymore.
I want to go over a few more things about Rene, if that's okay.
Yes? What about Rene?
I offer my sincerest condolences, and then bye for now.
Oh, sorry, officer. What do you want?
Oh, now I can't get that sandwich anymore! Damn it! I shouldn't have confronted him and consoled him about his friend. As soon as I consoled him, shut off the option for me to get a sandwich. Whoa, you're not here. Hopefully she comes back.
Every snowflake is like a little gift from the sky.
Okay, composure. Got -1 on my itchy pants. So no pants. No pants in this conversation. We're about to talk to a minor. I'm going to put pants back on. Composure. I really wish I could sort by statistic increase or something like that. Extremely useful. Pretty sure we're done, though, for composure. Okay.
Every snowflake is like a little gift from the sky.
Okay, I'm going to deduce something now. The girl keeps her hands folded, hidden. Why is that? Hey, why do you keep your hands folded? What do you mean, sir? She looks wary. She knows where this is going. You don't need to be worried. I'm here to help. She looks around anxiously. Her hands remain folded in front of her. She doesn't want to show them. The lieutenant stands by, looking at the two of you with little interest. A facade of true professionalism. He's far more intrigued by the situation than his poise reveals. It's okay. She brings out her reddened hands, her nails are frayed, nearly chewed down to the flesh. You bite your nails. And you knew this from me keeping my hands folded? She shoots you a suspicious glance. There are a few other hints. Well, that proves nothing. Anyone could do an easy deduction like that. Her eyes flash with defiance. She's not impressed. One more, but I can figure out why you bite your nails. I got a few reasons in mind. She nods, half provocative, half enthusiastic. Rats have been nibbling on your fingers, child labor and dismal working conditions. Chewed on nails means you're recycling your body material. It's an intense dedication to the way of business. There are no riches without personal sacrifice, or you're uptight because your mother and she's putting pressure on you. Dismay flickers in her eyes. Maybe so, sir, she sighs. Okay, no, it's a bad habit. I shouldn't. Either way, another ace deduction for the #1 detective in town. It was okay, sir. She's still got a rebellious streak. There's more that can be achieved here. Ask her to do the same. You think so? Fine, do better. Deduce something about me. You're quite sober, she snaps back quickly. The lieutenant does not flinch at the comment. He doesn't even flinch a single bit. He's intensely not flinching. It takes effort. Wait, how do you know I'm usually not? Because you usually are. Yeah, but... I'm also sad, and my head hurts. I'm sorry, sir. She looks you in the eye, sympathy gleaming in her face. I hope things get better soon. There she stands, swaying her feet, assaulted by the early spring breeze. She smiles at you. The whole situation is suddenly familiar, somehow. Suggestion, what are you missing here? Why does this feel familiar? Suggestion. Oh, that's some suggesting. Where is the rest of us suggesting? Pretty sure we actually might not have any more suggesting. Yeah, nary a lick of suggesting in here. Do I have anything decreasing my suggestion at the moment? Nope, so this is the best I can do. Fine.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
What are you missing here? Why does this feel familiar? Damn. You have absolutely no idea. Familiar how? You must have forgotten something you heard again. Alright, let's go in and have a quick conversation with her mother. Whether or not there's anything new to say here, there is a map wall to steal an artifact off of. There's a couple things to buy in here.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
All the pressure has made Annette really nervous. Do you know she's been chewing her nails? God, I've been telling her not to do that. It's disgusting. And I told you to mind your own business. Her voice is firm. Clearly you have no idea how hard it is to raise a girl in this economy. This economy, it's a mysterious force, like cosmic weather. Mysterious and harsh. I don't think she can do anything about it. She can, if she has enough willpower. This is what's called growing pains. Life isn't easy. Life doesn't give breaks.
Come on, ma'am. It's obvious she can't do anything about it. You're placing an unnecessary burden on a young child.
What you're doing is wrong. Even I know that, and I usually don't know anything. This is true. It's obviously the will in the market, but maybe make an exception for your daughter. Yeah, actually, it's super alright for kids to chew their hands off. Forget I said anything. I'm going to do the first one. What you're doing is wrong. Even I know that, and I usually don't know anything. She stands stiff and severe, silently fuming. 10 or so seconds pass without change. This is a person coming to terms with a new reality. One where they are wrong. It's not easy. I'm very familiar with that 10 seconds of... Oh no. Was I wrong? Processing new information. Oh no. She's looking for one. But there simply aren't any good arguments for being an asshole. All of a sudden she exhales sharply. Her shoulders slump down. Oh no, she mutters. Hold on, I need to incite her inside and apologize. She must be freezing out there. There, she returns with a nod. I don't know what to say to you. My husband tries to teach me business lessons. I have what my mother called a dull mind. And all this stress... She stops, but her mouth keeps moving. It sounds like both the husband and the mother treated her the way she treats Annette. You're like Annette to your husband and your mother. Oh. She nudges her glasses nervously. Well, my mother was horrible, of course. Absolutely perverse energies around that person. But my husband, she shakes her head. My husband's completely different, of course. Is this husband Annette's father? Yes. My husband is a successful entrepreneur east of the river. If only he were more involved in the business here, we'd be up and running, she says gloomily. No matter. Soon we'll both be off to Grand Couronne. Wait, hang on. No, before that. And your husband's also involved with the bookstore? He made the initial investment. Since then, he's been what you might call a silent partner. Super silent. Almost inaudibly so. Wait, Grand Couronne? What's that? It's a proper place to live. One of the most peaceful neighborhoods in east of Jamrock. You may know it for its massive housing projects. Most of the buildings are empty at this moment. Her smile is wide. It's a great opportunity to get ahead of the crowds. Better times ahead, for sure. Right. Is she an only child? Yes, I'm afraid so. A real treat, she is. It would be nice if she had... She pauses for a second. No, we couldn't have afforded more children, really. Not in this economy. A glimmer of sadness blinks through her well-crafted exterior. Why not? We're busy people. You know, my husband and I, quite busy. Her voice wavers a bit. Children are a lot of work. You don't look like a father. I don't expect you to understand. She catches herself in an impoliteness. I'm sorry. I'm sure you do understand. She told me she doesn't go to school anymore. Placence nods. She's been too busy helping me here, and she's studied at home this trimester. It's a temporary solution, of course. I assure you, I of all people understand the importance of education. She'll be back in school the moment the store takes off. All right, I had something else in mind. Farewell for now, book peddler. And farewell for now, viewer. My name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Disco Elysium. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. There's a playlist in the description down below with all my content of the game, past, present, and future. And hopefully we'll see you next time.